This video has been incredibly difficult to make, mainly because I can't stop playing Shi No Numa. Beautiful people, this blows my mind. This is the most fun I've had playing Vanguard Zombies ever. I have more playtime in the couple of days Shi No Numa has been out than the entire last season. And this positive sentiment seems to be going across the entire Zombies community. It's actually quite refreshing to see. But I do want to add a caveat to this. I'm in the honeymoon stage right now. Yes, we're all in the honeymoon stage right now because it's a new round-based zombie map that has more than what we thought was going to be in it. Of course it's going to be fun for this first little bit. But you have to keep in mind, we are comparing this experience to Durungfang and Terra Maldicta. I say that mainly because a lot of people have been saying like, oh, where was this on launch? Why did this take so long? This should have been here on launch. But if this is what we got on launch, I really doubt this positivity would still be here. I think we're mainly positive about this because of how negative what we had with Terra Maldicta and Durungfang were. But hey, let's talk some Shi No Numa. So as you're watching this on YouTube, one of the first things that you probably will see stand out is the atmosphere. This isn't that Black Ops 3 Shi No Numa where it's bright and vivid and colorful and almost cartoony. This is a dark, visceral, kind of terrifying experience, honestly. It's a little scary. And I gotta say, I like this atmosphere a lot, and fog does roll in when the special rounds come, and I also really love that. It reminds me a little bit of World War II Zombies, not just because it's a Sledgehammer game, but just the atmosphere. It's a little bit more grounded, it's a little more based in reality. But there's definitely some ethereal elements too that I think work so well. The perk altars themselves look really, really cool on this map. And the map itself is so full of things to do, at least obviously compared to what we've had in the past, but there's a lot of things to do here on Shi No Numa, especially compared to classic Shi No Numa, which is fantastic. And it works hand in hand with the map layout. The map layout here is very, very strong. I really did enjoy World at War Shi No Numa, and mainly Black Ops 3 Shi No Numa, but you really didn't travel the map. There really wasn't a reason to go to the 4 different corners once you got all of your perks. In here, there's main quests and wonder weapon quests and side Easter eggs hidden throughout the entire map itself, and it gives you a reason to explore this map and solve these puzzles, and it works really, really well. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of people praise the Wonderwaff and Wonder Weapon quest as well as the main quest, and I have to echo those sentiments. This is a really refreshing pace of a quest. It's not quite spelt out for you like in Cold War, but it's not esoteric and hidden like maybe Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4's main quests were. It's definitely on the easier side, but there are specific steps of this quest that feel very classic, that feel very traditional, and that's a good thing to a certain extent. For example, there's like a translation slash like cipher, I guess, step you could call on the map. There's 3 different letters in a different language hidden throughout the map. They're in the same place every time. And the key that you need to translate those symbols into different symbols is within the map itself. So you don't need to look up a guide. You don't need to use an external source. You can if you want, because if that's easier for you, that's easier for you. But you can do it all in game. Even once you've figured out how the step is solved, it's easily repeatable. And that is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Trick. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it so much. And then you can talk about all of the side quests, and my goodness, and the Rampage Inducer. The Rampage Inducer just being in here just blew my mind, just out the gate, because I was like, they're strapped for time. This is clearly something they didn't have time for, and they made it, and they put in the Rampage Inducer at Treyarch. You are going above and beyond here. And then you have the classic stuff, like the telephone musical Easter egg, like the original Shi No Numa, playing the instrumental version of The One, which is amazing. You have the Samantha's Doll Easter egg with Samantha's Lullaby, like that's from Zombies Chronicles. This is like a best hits of Shi No Numa. It's awesome. And then you have the Bunny Easter egg, which is like a callback to Cold War, and it's completely original to this version. There's a reason to play this version. It's so refreshing. That is the biggest takeaway from this map. It is refreshing. It is like coming home to a warm dinner. It is like finding an oasis in the desert. We've been playing Terra Maldicta in the desert for so long, and we finally have something good to eat. We can finally refresh ourselves with some good water. This is a really refreshing experience. But again, we're in the honeymoon stage right now. There are still a lot of weird Vanguard quirks when it comes to zombies, like the perk system. I've seen a lot of people talk about the perk system and somewhat the point system. I think people understand understand the perks being expensive is really weird for the pacing. It's really weird a lot for the Easter egg quests because they think they should be more geared up for what the steps are than what they are, and it just causes some weird pacing issues, I think. Unfortunately, this is my biggest sad thing. The zombie AI is still weird. They still do that weird like turn thing when they're trying to like attack you or when you turn too sharply, which makes training very inconsistent, and there's some wonkiness, especially once they get super sprinting, and there's just like you sometimes feel like I shouldn't have gotten hit there, but you still got hit, and there's sometimes where you're like, oh, I'm gonna get hit, and you don't get hit. There's just some wonkiness there still. Again, it's a new engine. This is definitely going to be something that people are going to be talking about once the honeymoon stage is over. And personally, I still feel like the Covenant system is a little bit weird. I like some ideas, but I don't think it's fully fleshed out yet. And I almost forgot to mention the boss zombies. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Zabala the Deceiver is back, and she's kind of annoying. Now, I've seen a lot of feedback saying that they should like remove her entirely and she ruins the mode, and I have to disagree with that. She's annoying, I don't like her, but she's hardly a threat, and the only thing that I don't like about her is that she takes a really long time to kill. I don't even mind the Stormkriegers, the ones that shoot you. They're pretty good. If you get a lot of headshots, they can be taken out pretty easily, so I really don't mind that. But the most important balancing factor to me is how frequently they spawn in. And in terms of the Stormkrieger, the guy who shoots you, he only shows up, I think, every 5 rounds, which is very nice. And I think towards the later rounds, I think Zabala is like every other round, which isn't great, but it's a lot better than like Terra Maldicta, where she showed up all the time, every single round, multiple times per round, even at the hub world. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only ones who actually played Terra Maldicta for an extended period of time, and she was just the worst in that map. She was so bad. She's significantly better now. So yes, she's still annoying, but she's marginally better than what she was before. But that being said, this is a overall positive experience, and there are some other like just surprisingly positive things. Like I said, the rampage inducers in here, which is crazy. I think the weapon leveling of the weapon scaling, the health cap, I guess you could say, is actually not too bad. I was in the high 30s, even low 40s, and my guns are still doing a good amount of damage. And it was just like the Thompson. I don't know if the Thompson's just like a beast in zombies or whatnot, but it was still doing a lot of good damage into the 40s. There's a lot of good training spots. There's obviously a lot of good camping spots because we're in modern zombies, and you get PhD, you get an explosive, and you just sit there with the Wunderwaffe and the ray gun, and you're solid. But most importantly, this gives players a reason. I've seen so many YouTubers say this, and I'm going to say it too. This is probably going to allow me to have fun in this mode and actually get Dark Ether. And I've already gotten a gun gold. In the couple days I've played this, I've already gotten a gun gold here in Zombies, just because it's so fun. And like I never was at work and was like, oh man, I can't wait to get home and play Durong Fung, or oh man, I can't wait to come home and play Terra Mountain. No, I tell you, I've been at work thinking about playing Shi No Numa, and that is just a fun experience that I haven't had since Cold War was out. So Treyarch, great job, and if we're getting another map similar to this with probably even more updates and fixes because Treyarch is awesome, then yeah, this is going to be a solid send-off to Vanguard. Now, this by no means makes Vanguard Zombies worth buying just for the zombies, not by any stretch of the imagination. This is good for the players who already have Vanguard, and for the players wanting that type of zombie experience who have Vanguard. Do not buy this game just for the zombies yet. Now, I'm a little controversial in that I actually do like Vanguard's multiplayer, so I'm really happy with Vanguard, especially now. But if you are thinking this is like a revolutionary type thing for zombies, and you see all this positivity, it's because of what we had before this. It really wasn't great, and now this is some semblance of what we're used to and what we love about zombies, and we're like, yes, this is it, Treyarch, this is it. So yeah, this experience is leaps and bounds better than what we had before, like by a country mile. This is so much better than what we had before. Have you played Shi No Numa? What are your thoughts on Shi No Numa? Let me know in my Discord. And if you want to compare Shi No Numa to an entirely different forgotten zombie mode, be sure to check out that video, and stay beautiful.